Y'all, stop what you're doing, because Papoose just caught Remy Ma and Lil Meech red-handed in a moment so scandalous, so disrespectful, so downright disloyal, it might just break the internet twice. I'm talking about hidden cameras, receipts, and a secret recording that Papoose allegedly sat on until now. And when I say he pressed play, baby, the tea didn't just spill, it flooded. Now let me ask you something. What would you do if you walked into your own house and found your wife tangled up with a man known for losing jewelry and common sense? Exactly. But Papoose didn't scream, didn't shout nah. He pulled out his phone, hit record, and made sure every second of this betrayal was documented for the culture. Why was Lil Meech even in Remy's house? Why was Remy acting like she ain't got a whole husband who held her down through prison, parole, and paparazzi? And most importantly, what exactly did that secret footage show that made Papoose file a restraining order and allegedly call Fat Joe at 3 a.m. crying? Phew, y'all ain't ready. But we're diving all the way into this mess, because if you thought Remy's last scandal was wild, this one's a whole different level. Let me ask you one thing before we get into it. How would you react if you walked in on your wife and another man, not whispering, not hugging, but caught red-handed in the act with your enemy? Because Papoose just lived that nightmare, and baby, he didn't just walk out, he hit record. That's right, Papoose, the same man who held Remy Ma down during a 6-year prison bid, who raised her son like his own, who stayed 10 toes down through every scandal and headline, is now the man behind one of the most shocking celebrity betrayals of the year. And the plot twist, the man Remy got caught with? None other than Lil Meech. Yes, the same Lil Meech who's already been caught sneaking around Summer Walker's crib and dodging drama like it's a sport. Apparently, he upgraded from side flings to full-blown home wrecking. Now, we're not talking about speculation or blurry TMZ pics. Oh no. We're talking about a full secret audio and video recording, allegedly taken by Papoose himself, because when trust breaks, receipts speak louder than words. And from what sources close to the situation are saying, this wasn't an innocent meetup. Remy and Meech were in Papoose's own studio. Dimmed lights, no security, door locked, acting like nobody would ever find out. But Papoose, oh, he found out. And not only did he find out, he came through like a one-man FBI task force. Hidden mics, timestamps, and surveillance footage, he had it all. Now let's rewind this messy reel from the top because it's layered, it's deep, and it's about to get explosively scandalous. So first off, let's remember who Papoose is. This is the same man who was praised for being the blueprint of black love. Remember how he used to pull up to bed awards with Remy, wearing matching fits, giving full-on ride-or-die vibes? He was the husband every woman wanted, and the man every dude saluted. But somewhere along the way, the fairy tale turned into a horror story. According to insiders, Papoose had already been suspecting something for months. The late-night texts, the secretive phone calls, the studio sessions that ran too long, but every time he asked, Remy played innocent. "You're paranoid," she said. "You always think somebody's out to get you." But baby, it wasn't paranoia, it was premonition, and the storm was already brewing. The final straw, a DM Papoose allegedly found on Remy's burner phone. Yes, she had a whole secret phone from Meech that read, "You still thinking about last Thursday? 'Cause I ain't stopped since." Followed by a tongue emoji. A tongue emoji. That's when Papoose snapped. That man didn't yell. He didn't argue. He said one word, "Bet." And then, he went full ghost recon. Installed motion-triggered cameras in his studio. Converted an old iPad into a hidden surveillance cam. Synced every angle to a private iCloud folder. If Remy thought she was slick, she forgot she was married to a man who sees everything. And when that footage came through, it was worse than he could have imagined. Sources claim the video caught Remy and Meech in the vocal booth, getting way too comfortable. No music playing, just hushed giggles and heavy breathing. One tech who allegedly stumbled on the file while doing system maintenance said, "It was steamy, man. Like, you couldn't even pretend they were just talking." Another staffer admitted, "I couldn't even look Papoose in the eye after I saw it. He looked like someone who just lost everything." But if y'all know Papoose, then you know, when he gets hurt, he gets strategic. He didn't throw subliminals online. He didn't blast them on IG. Nah, he took it to court. He filed an official restraining order against Remy Ma and Lil Meech. Yup, emotional trauma, trespassing, unauthorized use of private property. Papoose is going all in. His claim, this wasn't just betrayal. It was a premeditated, calculated hit on everything he built. And when the news hit social media, chaos. Twitter exploded with takes. Remy Ma really fumbled a man who held her down for over a decade. Meech moving like he got a mission to ruin every couple in the game. Even Funk Flex chimed in with a now-deleted post. Papoose is better than me. I would have turned that studio into a crime scene. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Because right after the restraining order went public, a burner account dropped what appeared to be a leaked audio clip from that night in the studio. And y'all, Remy can allegedly be heard whispering, "I just needed to feel something real again. You make me feel alive." To which Meech responds, "You deserve this. He doesn't even see you anymore." Boom. That clip spread like wildfire. Within minutes, #Remy ruined it was trending. Fans started reposting throwback videos of Remy and Papoose, crying in the comments like they just watched the end of Titanic. It wasn't just infidelity anymore. It was a full-on character assassination in Dolby Digital. And it's only getting worse from here. And here's the kicker. The very next day, Lil Meech posted an Instagram story with just 2 words. "No regrets." Bruh, you'd think this couldn't get any more nuclear, but we're just scratching the surface. Because while Papoose was lawyering up, Remy Ma was allegedly out here trying to scrub the footage from existence. According to 2 insiders, she offered the studio tech $20,000 to erase everything. But guess what? That tech already backed it up to 4 different devices and sent a copy to a popular gossip blog as insurance. So now the question isn't just whether Remy cheated, it's whether she's about to be exposed on a whole new level, publicly and legally. And with the court date looming and more receipts on the way, this is just the beginning. Now let's rewind the footage, literally, because what Papoose found on that hidden camera. Baby, this wasn't some blurry Bigfoot sighting. Nah, this was 4K, Dolby surround sound, motion sensor activated betrayal. The hotel hallway camera shows Papoose stepping out in all black, hoodie pulled tight, pretending to head to the parking lot. What Lil Meech and Remy didn't know, his phone was still streaming from the lamp camera planted in the room. You can hear the door click open, then a few seconds of silence, then Lil Meech's voice. "You sure he's gone?" And Remy, sis had the audacity to laugh. The way social media reacted when that clip dropped? We're talking about the TikTok meltdown. Twitter on fire, Facebook Andy's clutching pearls like it was the season finale of Scandal. One user posted, "Papoose is the ghost of FBI agents. That man tapped his own woman's hotel lamp. I fear him." Another wrote, "Lil Meech has been caught more times than COVID. This boy is allergic to privacy." Meanwhile, Remy Ma is out here getting dragged like she just leaked her own mixtape from 2006. Fans flooded her old romantic posts with comments like, "Sis, delete this. This aged like milk, and Pap deserves better." And while all this was unfolding, guess what Remy did? Nothing. Not a post. Not a quote. Just deleted her IG highlights and dipped. That's how you know the block is hot. But Lil Meech, oh, he thought he was slick. He hops on IG Live, shirtless, chewing gum, smirking, talking about, "Y'all be believing anything on the internet. I was just helping her fix her Wi-Fi." Sir, Wi-Fi, is that what we're calling it now? People weren't buying it for a second. Especially after that second clip leaked of Meech lighting candles in the hotel suite, playing Summer Walker, and whispering, "You still thinking about him?" The internet went into cardiac arrest. Even Blueface chimed in like, "Damn Meech messier than me and Crazine combined." And if y'all thought that was the peak, buckle up, because we ain't even reached the summit. Turns out, Papoose didn't just sit on those recordings. Nope. He uploaded the files to a private Google Drive folder labeled Revenge Tour, and get this, shared it with select verified blogs. Pages like Gossip Garage, Rap Radar Z, and Unfiltered Shade suddenly all had the same 2-minute clip. Timestamped, geotagged, full audio. This wasn't a rumor anymore. This was hard evidence. Cold, calculated, and honestly kinda iconic. But the worst was yet to come. Remember how Remy Ma and Papoose were still legally tied? Yeah. Well, after those clips went viral, legal documents started flying like confetti. Papoose filed an emergency restraining order. You heard right. The same man who wrote poems about her while she was in prison just served her legal papers with a court seal. And the restraining order, it wasn't just about Lil Meech. It listed emotional sabotage, malicious deceit, and reputational damage. The documents even claimed Papoose suffered irreparable public humiliation after the footage was leaked by his own devices, mind you. The irony is Shakespearean. And the legal tea only gets hotter because now Meech's label is getting dragged into it. An anonymous rep from BMF's PR team allegedly told a gossip site, "We told him to keep his image clean. This ain't it. We do crime stories, not live ones." That reportedly pulled his next scheduled press appearance and one of his upcoming collabs with a luxury fashion brand wiped off the website overnight. Oh, but wait! Remy's team tried to clap back. Her publicist released a statement saying, "Ms. Reminisce Mackey is currently focused on her career and family. No further comment will be made on private matters." Girl, not focused on family when the footage says otherwise. And fans, they weren't buying it. One user commented, "Career? Are we talking about hotel sheets, not Hot 97? To make things worse, an ex-assistant of Remy's came forward anonymously and told Page 6, "This has been going on. That Meech thing, it ain't new." Pap just didn't want to believe it. He stayed because of loyalty. Now he is staying because of lawyers. Oop. And this assistant didn't stop there. They even shared old screenshots of alleged flirty DMs between Remy and Meech dating back to 2022. Caption, "They were playing footsie in DMs while Pap was planning anniversary dinners. And y'all, the emoji game was out of control. Meech sent her a black heart, a devil face, and the classic eyes emoji. You know what that means. They come outside emoji. Meanwhile, Papoose's fans are rallying around him like it's a custody case. Hashtags like hashtag protect Papoose, hashtag free Pap, and hashtag Remy really started trending. Even Ja Rule came out of the woodwork with a tweet saying, "This what happens when loyalty ain't mutual. Pap a real one." And somewhere in the chaos, Claressa Shields liked one of those tweets. Yup, y'all forgot about Claressa, didn't you? Well, guess who's been watching silently? Her. The same Clar who was ready to marry Pap last year before all this mess started. And now she's back on the timeline, liking Pap's sympathy tweets and posting cryptic IG stories like, "God don't play about me." Phew. And it doesn't stop there. Not only is Pap lawyering up, but insiders claim he's working on a tell-all docuseries. Title: Loyalty, The Rise and Betrayal. Chilly. Remy Ma, the queen of real bars, might be facing the worst public L of her entire career. And Lil Meech, you went from star of BMF to star of BET's Most Messy. But trust me, the scandal ain't done twisting. Because just as fans started picking sides, a new voicemail leak hit the scene. And this one, it changes everything. And just when you thought the heat couldn't get any hotter, Papoose played his final card. "Let me be clear, this wasn't a he said, she said, situation anymore. No, this was official. Confirmed. Burn your bridges, change your last name, shut the internet down evidence." After days of speculation, shady tweets, blurred photos, and IG lives from anonymous cousins claiming they saw Remy in Meech's lap like a VIP birthday gift, Papoose dropped the footage. And it wasn't just any footage. It was grainy, time-stamped, and straight out of the Ring camera from their guest house, with a soundbite that made the streets lose all composure. In the video, Remy Ma can be heard whispering, "We shouldn't be doing this, but you're not like the others." Lil Meech replies, cool and calm, "Let me be your new legacy." Boom. Say goodbye to your career, say goodbye to your marriage, and say goodbye to your public sympathy. Because once that clip made its way to Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and Twitter's trending page, it was game over. And what did Remy do? Post a black screen with "God got me" in white letters. Ma'am, God does not co-sign this. Within 24 hours, Papoose's legal team filed for an emergency restraining order, citing emotional manipulation, property breach, and unauthorized activity inside a shared residence. His lawyers didn't stop there. They issued a public statement calling the betrayal spiritually devastating, confirming that Papoose has officially begun divorce proceedings. You already know what the internet did. Remy Ma cheating started trending harder than the Drake x Kendrick beef. And y'all know how loud that one got. Fans were split between Team Pap and Team Remy, but the one thing they agreed on? Lil Meech just can't help himself around doorbell cameras. Somebody tweeted, Lil Meech fumbles bags and breaks up families for sport. And I can't even lie, the retweets were instant. And speaking of fumbles, the sponsors started running for the hills. Remy Ma lost a collab deal with a skincare brand mid-negotiation. They didn't even wait for the contract to be finalized. They just said, due to recent events, we are no longer proceeding with this partnership. Lil Meech, allegedly removed from a BET red carpet event just 2 days after the footage leaked. When asked why, security said, we're trying to keep the energy positive tonight. Meanwhile, Papoose got invited to speak at a Fatherhood Initiative conference and was trending for most loyal man in hip-hop, while sipping tea with his mom on IG Live. The man turned his heartbreak into a brand. But here's where it gets dark. Sources close to Remy claim she's now in panic mode. One insider said, Remy thought Pap would stay quiet forever. She didn't think he'd expose her like this. Another added, she's trying to get ahead of it, but every time she plans a comeback, a new clip or message surfaces. And guess who's leaking the rest of the tapes? Allegedly, Papoose's cousin from Brooklyn, who said in a now-deleted TikTok, y'all ain't even seen the worst of it. Wait till part 2 drops. Part 2. Sir, is this a breakup or a Netflix docuseries? But let's rewind for a second, because we've seen this Remy before. The comeback queen. The clapback queen. The BET stage snatching, bar-dropping Bronx brawler. And according to reports, she's not done yet. Behind the scenes, her team is allegedly prepping a sit-down interview with Angie Martinez, where she's expected to finally speak her truth. Word is, she's ready to flip the narrative, and get this, she's calling it a lapse in judgment, not a betrayal. Ma'am, a lapse. If sneaking Lil Meech into your guest house, while married to the man who wrote 67 sonnets about you while you were locked up, is a lapse, what does a full betrayal look like? And now fans are wondering, can Remy really recover from this? I mean, let's be real. The damage is deep. This wasn't just a fling. This was betrayal caught on camera, broadcast to millions, and followed up with court filings and sponsor exits. Her brand was ride or die. Now people are calling her slide and lie. But you know who's thriving? Papoose. Yes, the man who once stood silently beside Remy through scandals, prison time, and industry shade is now glowing up. He's reportedly writing a book, tentatively titled, Loyalty Ain't for Everyone, and Netflix is allegedly circling a docuseries about his life post-divorce. Working title, Papoose, Unwritten Bars and Broken Vows. And yes, there's a soundtrack. And yes, he's producing it himself. As for Lil Meech, he hasn't said a word, just posted a selfie with the caption, y'all believe anything, so we believe footage. That's not anything. That's evidence. So what happens next? According to one anonymous blogger, Remy might pull a last-minute PR miracle. There's whispers of a redemption album, maybe even a documentary about love, loss, and learning. But at this point, is anyone even checking for that? Because here's the bottom line. You can cheat in silence, you can cheat in the shadows, but once you get caught in 4K, it's a wrap. Especially when the one you cheated on is Papoose, the patron saint of loyalty, braided up with a vengeance and legal receipts. And let's not forget the cherry on top. In the final seconds of the leaked video, Papoose's voice can be heard, faint but clear, saying, "Now the world sees who you really are." Phew. That line alone deserves a Grammy and a restraining order. So now I turn it over to y'all. Was Remy always playing games? Is Lil Meech the industry menace we underestimated? And did Papoose just create the most iconic revenge arc in hip-hop history? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you believe this was a one-time slip-up or a whole-plan betrayal? Should Remy be forgiven or fully cancelled? And is it time for Papoose to find new love or stay solo and secure that bag? And if this ain't the messiest plot twist of the year, I don't know what is. But don't even think about clicking off now, because this story, it's far from over. So here's what I need you to do. Drop a comment below. Do you think Remy Ma is the victim or the villain? Was Lil Meech just being Meech, or did he know exactly what he was doing? And is Papoose secretly the most dangerous man in hip-hop, now that he's armed with Wi-Fi and receipts? Smash that like button if your jaw dropped at least once during this video. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because trust me, the tea is brewing faster than Remy can say that's edited footage. And listen, if you thought this was wild, just wait until you see what Remy's ex-stylist leaked in our next video. Another one's coming forward. Screenshots, audio, everything. Click that next video on your screen now before it gets deleted. The drama's loud, the tea is hotter than ever, and nobody walks away clean. See you there.